Hey, how's it going? Welcome to BTN Newsbreak. My name's Nat. Coming up on the show, Melburnians emerge from lockdown, the world gets a new ocean, and the BTS meal causes havoc in Indonesia. But before we get started, why don't you hit subscribe? Why not? There are big things happening in a little Cornish village today. Leaders from around the globe, including our PM, are in the UK for their first big in-person meeting since the start of the pandemic. Joe finds out more.
G7.
All right, terrible joke out of the way.
Did you hear the joke about the burglar who escaped from prison? He said, I'm free, I'm free. And then the little chap said, well, so what, I'm 4.
Boris, I said no more terrible jokes. This summit is a serious event. The G7, or Group of 7 Summit, is a gathering of leaders from the world's leading economic countries. In this case, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the UK and the United States. They've been getting together twice a year in one form or another since 1975. This year's meeting is in Cornwall, which is kind of exciting for locals, who have been making sculptures, drawing on the sand, and singing songs to welcome their VIPs, which for the first time ever include India, South Korea and Australia as special guests. They'll discuss some big issues, from COVID-19 to global trade.
But what do you guys think they should talk about?
They should talk about economical problems,
climate change, and of course COVID-19.
because it's a big worldwide problem.
Lockdown 4 is officially over in Melbourne. For the first time in 2 weeks, people could go to restaurants and shops and school.
Well, I can see all my friends.
But authorities say people still need to be careful and follow the new restrictions. Meanwhile, parts of Victoria are facing a huge cleanup after deadly storms. Yesterday, the wind brought down trees and damaged homes, and the rain caused flash flooding. The town of Traralgon was badly hit, and thousands of people had to evacuate their homes. Move over Pacific, Indian, Atlantic and Arctic, because there's a new ocean in town. The National Geographic has just named a new southern ocean in Antarctica, so it's time to rewrite those geography books. Here's Cal.
So, how many oceans are there in the world, Matt?
4, 6. There are 7 oceans. 4.
Everybody's wrong.
Deep in the freezing lower latitudes of the Earth is a brand spanking new ocean, complete with penguins. No, it doesn't mean there's a whole lot of new water in the world. It just means that map makers at the National Geographic Society have decided this bit of water surrounding Antarctica deserves to be its own ocean. Swirling around this icy mass is the Antarctic Circumpolar Current, or ACC. It's the strongest ocean current on our planet and keeps icy cold water circling around Antarctica and the land, well, frozen. It means these waters are completely different to anything on Earth, something scientists have known for ages.
Yeah, duh.
In fact, lots of scientific organisations have recognised it as its own ocean since the early 2000s. Now, it's official for the rest of us.
It's time to delve into the Book of Horrors. The tale of the half-eaten son, an unhealthy obsession with chicken nuggets, and renegade cows. Ooh, the horror. First up, a terrifying tale of supply and demand. More than a dozen Macca's outlets in Indonesia had to close after demand for their BTS meal went ballistic. Delivery drivers were lining up for hours to get a single order, cramming into restaurants without proper social distancing. But in a kinda wholesome twist, a lot of people have been going out of their way to thank their delivery drivers, giving them gifts, snacks and drinks for the road. The sun hath been swallowed by the moon, never to return. Or you could just call it a solar eclipse, because that's what it is. They happen when the moon passes between the Earth and the Sun, blocking out the light. Sadly, we didn't get to experience this one here south of the equator, but this footage from Canada sure is spookily cool. This is actually kinda scary. A herd of cows on the loose in Bolivia. Where they came from exactly, authorities aren't sure. Probably a local farm. But these cows were not happy, causing havoc and not afraid to get a little chatty with the locals. 17 have been caught so far. Where's that cow? Well, that's all the news we've got for you this week. In the meantime, don't forget you can always hit subscribe. It'll save me from cows. No, it won't. We'll see you again on Monday. Have a great weekend.